Okay, thank you everyone, and thank you Jess, Gwen, and everyone for the opportunity to present here. So this will be very informal. I just wanted to give you some news about what's going on with the BlueMUSE project. So BlueMUSE is the proposed instrument, a large field intergraphite spectrograph going into the blue/ultraviolet, a little bit in the UV, for the very large telescope at ESO. So the name stands for Blue Multi-Unit Spectroscopic Explorer. So it is based on the concept of MUSE, which well, I'm sure many of you have heard about. And so it will be quite nice to look at gas in galaxies, and I'm just going to highlight a few things. So about the main parameters. So it's a large field intergraphite spectrograph. It's actually 24 spectrographs working together. So that makes it complex because, well, it's costly, it's massive, and it's big. And the BlueMUSE, the blue part of BlueMUSE goes down to the 350 nanometers and up to 580 nanometers. So it's covering, there's some overlap with the MUSE wavelength range, but it's higher spectral resolution, well, which is for this instrument, it's about 3500 average. So one of the advantages of MUSE and what makes it very great instrument is that it's a very high efficient intergraphite spectrograph. And so in a very high multiplexing capability, so you have a monolithic IFU on one field. And so the idea of BlueMUSE is try to extend the field of view up to 2 square arc minutes, so twice the field of view. So the phase A is going to start at the end of 2021, early 2022, something like that. And so it's proposed for the VLT 2030 roadmap. So that's roughly the time scale we're talking about here, to be at a very large telescope. So we build a lot about the experience of MUSE. So the early phase should be very quick, but the complexity here is to go to the blue. It's very costly, and also extend the field of view. And we're going to make use of the curve detectors. So just a summary of the main parameters. Yeah, so the blue wavelength coverage, as you see, some overlap with MUSE itself. The idea is to push as much as possible to the cutoff, although we don't go as far as other instruments in the UV, because we still want to be very efficient, including telescope and atmosphere. So with a high throughput, so the peak throughput is 35%, but that's including end-to-end, including telescope and atmosphere. And the field of view, twice the field of view of MUSE, will be able to cover something close to V3 or NIRCam in JWST. So that would be even nicer to get more multiplexing capability compared to MUSE. I'm just going to highlight some science we can do using gas for extragalactic studies. So there's a lot of science cases for MUSE going from solar system to very high redshift galaxies. But here, for UV lines, it will be very important to cover many different lines as a function of redshift. So like magnesium and iron, we start to see these lines starting at redshift 0.3. And we look at these lines already in MUSE, but at a higher redshift. And so there's only a small number of galaxies where we can see that with a high signal to noise. But here it will be commonplace to look for gas in emission, in absorption, and look for outflows, and all the circumgalactic medium, get a better picture of this. And so this is just a prediction from simulation about what's happening in terms of the mass loading factor in galaxies as a function of the halo mass. And you see the models are all over the place. And so we want to really solve this issue by getting more statistics on these many galaxies. These are some examples of outflows observed with MUSE already, but only a few galaxies with very deep field, we are allowed to do that. So with BlueMUSE, we will be able to do that on many, many more galaxies. And then the diffuse gas at very high redshift with Lyman alpha, redshift between 2 and 4, we'll be able to cover Lyman alpha and go better into not only the CGM, but into the intergalactic medium. This is something which is attempted now with MUSE already with like 100 hours observations, but it will be commonplace with 10 hours observation with BlueMUSE. I won't go into the details. I wanted just to highlight, because I think on the Slack, somebody mentioned high resolution spectroscopy. There's also CUBES on the VLT, which just started phase A. So we're a bit synchronous with CUBES, and there's a lot of synergy between the two instruments. So CUBES is a single slit spectrograph with much higher spectral resolution, error of 20,000, and going really into the UV, 300 to 400. So for the CGM, it will be very complementary in redshift and CGM lines, and detection in emission for BlueMUSE, detection in mostly in absorption and velocity structure with CUBES. So I just wanted to highlight that because somebody mentioned that, I thought, and I'm not sure if anyone is going to present CUBES. Thank you. We just stop here.